Good evening, friends. Uh, Today I am going to make this video in English since I had received so many requests to alternate the language. So today I have decided to make this video in English. Today we are, as usual, going to see what happened in Nifty and Bank Nifty and how their behavior is expected during the tomorrow's session. Okay. So as we have been witnessing, even today Nifty and Bank Nifty both were very volatile, and people were expecting US market to get stability, but during the day it was also volatile, and so the Indian market were same. So let's see what happened today. First, go to Nifty. As I had mentioned in earlier videos that we have to concentrate daily on previous day's high and previous day's low. So this was Friday's high and this was Friday's low. So these two levels are going to be very important levels as long as they are not breached or not tested. What happened today? Today market opened, just a minute. Market opened here around 17,036 and it started going down and it took support near this trend line. I have already shown this trend line during the previous videos, so you can correlate this trend line. So it took support here and then went up to this level and then it came down, struggled a bit here, and finally it broke it and closed here. Now see why it struggled here, why it could not break this level. Now if you zoom out and try to see this level is a multiple resistance support level. If I can draw a line, see, so many times, here, then here, then here, then here, then here, again here. So this was a multiple resistance support area. That's why it took a resistance here, it faced a resistance here, and then it came down all the way to this level. Now see, this level is also a multiple support and resistance area. These are very small things which actually work very well as far as the technical analysis is concerned. See, support, then breakdown, then resistance. So finally it managed to close around 16,854 and it opened at 17,038. If you remember, I have been mentioning three levels for quite a long time now. That 17,040 odd level and 17,170 and then 17,270. These are the crucial levels for Nifty. So first of all, for any good up move, we must have Nifty at least a 15-minute close above this level. If it does so, then we can expect it to go to this level. Now it is around 17,188, which is the level which was the high made on the Friday. So this will be a zone now from this level to this level, and if Nifty manages to close and trade above this level, then it can see this level, that is around 17,170 to 17,190 odd levels. And if these levels are breached, and if Nifty continues its up move, then the next target will be 17,293, but in between 17,227 is an important level which is to be remembered and to be watched out. Now let's see what can happen tomorrow. As you can see, the American markets currently are trading around 2% up, that is around 500 points up. So this is the everyday story now, a gap up, a gap down, a gap up, a gap down. Market closes very strong and next day it opens gap down. Market closes very weak, then it opens gap up. So every day the traders are being murdered by these gap ups and gap downs. So since American markets are in deep greens, so we can expect that SGX Nifty may open gap up, provided that the US market sustain these levels where they are trading at the moment. So if this is the scenario that the markets are going to have a gap up opening, then we can expect that it may open around 16,948. Why this level? Because today Nifty came to this level and it spent around an hour around this level. So this has become an important level now. So it may open around this level. If US market dips a bit during the night, then it may open around this level, but it looks like that it may open around 16,950 odd levels. Now we have to wait and watch for first 5 minutes whether the markets, after having a gap up, they will sustain or not. If after having a gap up Nifty sustains above this level, or suppose it opens above it, comes down and then makes any positive formation here, then we can take an entry towards the long side and we can expect it to go to 17,040, 17,050 odd levels. Here it is bound to face some resistance, and if this level is crossed by Nifty and if it sustains here, then definitely we can see these levels, and after these levels are possible. Now if it opens gap down, then definitely it may open around this level. Why this level? See, the market has spent so many times this level, around this level, so it is expected that if there will be a small gap down, then we can open around 16,787.90 level. If US market again dips down and goes into deep red, then we can expect that the gap down may happen around 16,748 levels, and if it fails to sustain above this level after the gap down, then this level, that 16,646, and I have been mentioning this level as a 50% retracement in the monthly chart from the previous low to the latest high. So these are the levels for the Nifty for tomorrow for the Nifty, and you have to remember that after gap down you must wait for at least 5 minutes, and you have to see in a proper way whether the high of that opening of that first candle is breached by Nifty or not. If it breaches the first 5-minute candle, or if it happens around this level, and if there is any positive formation, then we can have a long position for these targets and these targets. Okay, now let's see what may happen in Bank Nifty. Now the same thing happened in the bank nifty, but today during the first half bank nifty showed some more weakness, but later on by the closing, yes, it continued to be weaker than nifty. So this was the high of 30th September, 38,811, and this is the low on Friday. So these two levels are going to be very important levels for next few days until and unless they are breached in a proper way. So what happened today? Today bank nifty opened around this level, and see why it faced the resistance here after opening, because you can see this green line which is a channel's upper part. So you know now that if any stock or index is following any channel, so the upper part and the lower part, even the middle part that is known as POC, act as support or resistance. So it opened here, immediately it went up to this level. Let me darken this channel. Well, so it took resistance here, it came down all the way to this POC, again went up and again took resistance here, and it came down all the way to this level. Now see why this level, let me explain. You see, so many times the market has taken support or resistance near this level, once, twice, thrice, again once. So these little things are very important. So it came down to this level and finally managed to close at the same level. Now what can happen tomorrow? As we are expecting a gap up, so bank nifty can open. Now let me change this area into a zone. This is perfect. So if we are going to have a gap up, bank nifty closed around 37,980 odd, so we can either see a gap up around this level, that is 38,138, 38,150 odd levels, and if the gap up is more stronger, then we can have that around this level, that is 38,330 to 38,385. Now this level is going to be very important for any up move in bank nifty, okay, because it is resistance area due to this channel, as well as this zone is now going to act as a resistance. So a gap up is going to be here or somewhere here. Now in both cases, suppose it opens here, then you have to watch out for next 5 minutes. If it sustains here and goes up, then remember that you should book your profit once here. That will be a small profit, and you have to wait whether bank nifty is able to breach this level or not. Now in last 20-25 days, I have been witnessing that the false breakouts or false breakdowns are very frequent now. If the market is normal, then you will never find the percentage of false breakout or false breakdown what we are witnessing nowadays. So be careful, wait for a candle to close above it, and always try to enter when it retests this level, okay. And if you think that, well, let me mention here something that next video will be a learning video where I will be explaining about RSI and I will be explaining about some setups there, and one of the setups will be how to find out the fast breakout. So after having watched that video, you will be able to understand why I say that one should take his or her trade after the retest. So after that video you will be able to straightway take your trades, because that setup will let you know uh, that the breakout or the breakdown is genuine or not. So if after having gap up sustains above this level, and if you find something positive or some positive setup here, you can take your long trades, and there is nothing to stop Bank Nifty before 38,809. That doesn't mean that tomorrow itself it will be able to touch this level, but this area is totally empty. There is no resistance at all. A very small resistance you can face around 38,680 or 38,700 level, but it doesn't look very strong. So this is the target if Bank Nifty sustains above this level. Now in the downside, if something worse happens during the night and US market slides down, then you can expect the gap down around this level. Now these two blue lines are the levels which I have been showing fifth time now, that this is the area where we are having a gap up, which has not yet been no, it has been filled, but there is a gap up. It was filled during the 30th September, but still I think since we are having two lower channels here, the lower part of this channel and the lower part of this higher time frame channel, so around this level we may see the gap down around 37,820-800 levels, and if this point of intersection of these two channels is bridged comprehensively by Bank Nifty, then it is possible that it may go and touch this level, that is 37,640 odd levels, and below that level there will be a minor support. This is multiple support level around 37,540 odd level, and if this level is bridged, then we can see 37,380, which was the low of Friday. But the way US markets are looking very strong, we can expect that a big gap up is on cards. So plan your trade accordingly, and the way the market has been behaving for last 20-25 days, remember one thing: this is not that market where you can wait and hold your positions for big profits. If you are trading Bank Nifty, then it is very wise to take your profits when you get 60, 70, 80 points, because the volatility is huge there. So it may happen that you are waiting for 100 and 120 point profit, and after giving you 80 points, it may come down to your cost, even it may take your stop losses. So to cope up with such volatilities, it is always good to book the profits or to trail the trade. So how to trail, I will explain someday in some video, but this is the way to trade nowadays. Okay, small profits are to be booked, because you never know when it will start going other way. Let's have an eye on US market chart. I had explained this chart on Friday's video, and I had told that this small zone will act as an important zone, this one, and see it actually traded within this zone for how many days? Let me see. It respected once here, then it spent 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 days here. 6 days it is spent here, and yesterday it broke it. It broke it on Friday, then came down and took support just here, which is the lower part of the channel, which I have been showing for quite a long time now. This channel, it took support here. Now see, a very good formation here. First of all, a hammer was here, which was a positive sign. Then you can see a bullish Harami type pattern here. So it started going up and it spent some time here, and then today suddenly it started going up, and now it is trading near this resistance zone, resistance of this POC and this POC. Somehow if it manages to trade above this level, then you can see another 2 to 300 points of move, and which may occur tonight itself. Okay, so the US markets are looking very strong, but remember, this strength is not going to last for long, because the volatility is due. Volatility is always there. Tomorrow is a Fed midday, so if something comes negative from there, then again we can see that US markets are dipping down. So this is all for today. This was my first video in English, so the fluency will be little bit affected, and I will be keep posting using both the languages, because there are some people who don't know English, some don't know Hindi. So please manage with these two languages. Thank you very much. Please subscribe to my channel, and if you like my videos, you can like them. If you don't like, you can dislike them, but don't forget to share it. Thank you very much for the day, and we will meet very soon in the next video. That will be a learning video on RSI. Thanks.